Now we can start assembling it. First, let's demonstrate how to glue it. Later, we'll show how to sew it with if you don't have glue. Alright, for gluing. The thread ends on the flower center and the leaves. You can trim it all off. These stray flower threads. We just need to leave about 0.5 mm in length. That's enough. Then we'll take these leaves and trim them all off in the same way. For leaves, we usually look at these patterns. A clearer one is its front side. The back is rougher. Then we find the previously hidden thread ends on the back. Cut them off directly at the root. As for the remaining thread ends, we can leave about 1 mm of length for it. This is to prevent the thread from slipping. Then, others like this one. Leaves without added cords are handled the same way. Cut them all off. First, take this hidden thread end on the opposite side and cut it directly at the root. Now for the last remaining threads. Leave about 1 mm in length. The one with the string as well. Cut it off directly from the base. Then for this remaining thread, we also leave 1 mm. And this one with the backing. Shorten them all the same way. Next, take out a flower center and a petal piece. First, let's assemble the pendant and brooch styles. We'll need to use this hot glue gun. If you don't have a glue gun, you can also use a lighter to melt the glue stick. But when using a lighter to melt the glue stick, try to avoid using the yellow part of the flame. If you use a yellow flame, it's easy to scorch the hot glue stick. So we should try to use the central blue flame. About 4 or 5 seconds is enough. Then quickly apply the melted glue and wrap it around the remaining thread ends at the flower's center. No need to use too much. Next, press it onto the center of the flower, right in the middle part. Then use your hand to press it down, so it sticks in place. Now let's attach the leaf on the back. You can choose to attach just one leaf, or glue both leaves on. When steaming, the front side of the leaf usually faces down. Press against the back of the petal, like this. This way from the front, you can see the front side of the leaf. Let's start by attaching the first leaf. If we're making it as a hanging ornament style, just replace this with the leaf that has the string attached. We take out this hot glue gun and lighter. Melt the hot glue stick with the flame. Heat it in the central blue flame for about 4 to 5 seconds. Then apply the melted glue onto the front of the leaf. About half the length is sufficient. While applying, embed the thread end as well. Don't leave this edge exposed. Otherwise it might curl up. After applying it, we can quickly stick it on the back of the flower. When attaching it, try to cover the thread ends with the leaves. Alright, a little further inside. As for this leaf, it usually goes between 2 flowers, so it can show up better. Press it down gently. Then we'll do the same for the other side. Quick, spread this thread end on it too. Next, position the leaf at a 45-degree angle. Then simply place it on top like this. Also place it between these 2 petals. Now it's securely attached. If you want to make it into a brooch style, take out a brooch tray. For the 2 small leaves of this brooch, typically it's placed facing downward. Then, ensure the brooch isn't placed crookedly. Position it horizontally right in the center of the flower. With the small point facing left, set it upright. Next, take the glue stick and apply some glue. Here, I'm using a hot glue gun directly, because it's more convenient and precise. Apply it to the backside. You can apply a bit more. No need to apply it in the center area. Then we directly press it onto the center area. While pressing, you can use both hands to press on the needle. Don't press on this tray. Will be quite hot. Press down firmly. This way the crochet hook will stick securely. Next, let's attach the hair clip style. Take out this large leaf, similarly, on the front side at the halfway point. Apply hot glue. Do not exceed the halfway mark. Then quickly flip and press it onto the back of the flower. For this part, we can attach it slightly more towards the left, making it a bit longer. As long as the underlying leaves aren't visible from the front, it's fine. Press it down gently until the leaves are firmly attached. Then we take out the hair clip and the spacer. First, locate the opening of the spacer. Alright, thread the short tab on the bottom of the hair clip through this opening. Then close the hair clip. Now apply adhesive to both ends. And stick it onto this gasket with a little adhesive. No need to use too much. Make sure the hair clip is placed straight. Don't put it. Then apply a little adhesive to the front as well, to secure it temporarily. Once it's secure, we start on the right side, covering this entire half with hot glue. Avoid getting too close to the edge, or the glue will ooze out. So, apply glue to one half first. Then press it directly onto the back of the leaf. The opening should typically face outward. Make sure not to reverse it like this. Take a look at this placement. Try not to extend beyond the leaf. Press it gently into the center of the leaf. Next, we'll take the remaining half and also apply hot glue to it. Remember to apply the glue away from the edges, otherwise it's likely to overflow. Then press it into place. Apply a bit of pressure. After installation, you can check it again. If there are any spots with gaps that are too big, we can add a little more glue to fill them in. But remember not to overdo the filling. Just a little bit is enough. Alright, now our hairpin is assembled. Next, we have this little kumquat. If we were making the hanging ornament style, we would simply replace this leaf with a stem, with one that has a string attached instead. This leaf with veins on it. We need to take the last remaining enemy thread end and pull it through to the back side. The side with the clearer texture is the front, and the reverse side is the back. You can use this crochet hook and thread the finest end through from the root of the thread tail. Loop the wire around. Take it down. Then pull this wire end down. Its companion piece will become vertical and stand up, so it won't lie flat like this. Next, we need to apply glue to its back. Not the front. We need to position its front side facing up like this. The same goes for the back side. Just take up half the length. Similarly, attach this thread end. Remember not to apply too much near the edges, otherwise it might easily slip off. Next, align this petal with the very center part and stick it on. Remember to tuck the thread ends inside, and make sure the thread ends are exposed. Press it gently, and hold for a few seconds. Good. This way, its leaf is secured. Next, let's wrap a few flower stems. Then, find the green thread. Leave about 2 centimeters of thread at the end. Press the thread against the base of the flower stem. Make sure to wrap it tightly against the base. Don't let the stem underneath show through. Once it's out, you can lift it up a little bit more. Then start from here. First, wrap it around 2 or 3 times. Make sure to wrap it tightly. Then, as you go down, use fewer wraps. When wrapping, try to keep it as even as possible. Avoid wrapping too many times in one spot. Also, don't leave a spot where the flower stem is exposed. When wrapping it, try to keep the thread parallel to the stem at the bottom. Make sure it doesn't spiral out, okay? If it spirals, that mark doesn't look good, so try to keep them parallel. Let's wrap them together. Make sure to wrap it tight. And when we're wrapping, if it feels too difficult, you can also flip the head over. Then turn the flower rod with your left hand, while your right hand feeds the thread. Slowly wind it upward like this. When you're winding it yourself, get a feel for it. Do whatever either way is fine, okay? When we wrap it down to about the last centimeter in length, we can then take out the hot glue again and apply it onto the flower stem. Here, we don't need to apply too much. Just secure it slightly first. Alright, continue wrapping the remaining part until the end. Wrap it all the way to the very bottom. As for the remaining, you can simply cut them off at the base. Then, we'll apply a layer of glue on the outside of the thread. Next, place the capsule on your index finger. Rotate it while evenly spreading the glue all over. Give it a gentle squeeze. So, while preheating the hot glue gun, be careful not to heat it for too long, otherwise it's easy to burn your... Then, if there are any white or cloudy spots like this, we can take out the lighter again and gently heat it a bit more. This way, it'll turn back to that clear, transparent color. Now, We can also go ahead and shape it. Watch out for the heat. And there you have it. Our bouquet style is all set. Now, let's demonstrate. What to do if you don't have a hot glue? How we can assemble it. Let's start with putting together this flower. Take out this flower center. The 2 remaining thread ends under the flower center. We need to use this crochet hook. Pull it through this central hole at the back of the flower. Then hook both threads of the flower center onto the crochet hook and pull them through to the back. Then we can directly take these 2 thread ends. Tie it off with 2 or 3 secure knots. Then trim the remaining thread right at the base. Leave about 0.5 厘米 in length is sufficient. No need to leave it too long. Great. Now our flower center is securely attached. Next, we'll stitch on the leaves. Same method. The short thread end that was previously hidden at the back can be trimmed directly from the root. Then, for the remaining longest thread, we'll thread it onto a short-headed needle. Leave about 5 mm of thread at the end. Hold it in the palm of your hand. Next, let's first locate this leaf. Place it where it will go. Usually leaves are needed to completely cover these 2 thread ends. Don't let them peek out. And the front side of this leaf should also face down. Place it between these 2 petals. Once the position is confirmed, now we can start sewing it together. When sewing, you can be a bit more relaxed. Don't be too rigid. Just go directly for this one. Go straight down vertically from the root of the thread end to any corresponding loop on the petal above. Then we'll go find its corresponding leaf. Slightly to the left on top, there is a loop. Next, we can position the leaf facing upward, then flip it over. This makes it easier for us to observe. Then pass the needle through the lower part of the leaf. Go through the horizontal thread on the right side of this row. Then locate the horizontal thread on the left side. Next, we'll look for the corresponding line below. The horizontal line on the left side of the petal above. We can also flip it over. That is, look for a horizontal line on the petal directly below it. Look for it freely. Then find another horizontal line further to the left. This is the width. Just keep it within the width of this leaf. That way it won't leak out. Pull it down. Then flip the leaf over. Go find another. Move down to the next row below. This horizontal line on the right. Actually, it's not that complicated. It's just like sewing clothes. Take a stitch on the top, then take another stitch below, and then go back to the top for another stitch, going back and forth like this. Just sew it up slowly and tightly. Then pass the horizontal thread on the left through. Pull it slightly tight. Next, find the corresponding point below. A loop on the petal above. Now flip it over. Okay, pull it tight. Then we move a bit more to the left. Then find the next horizontal line. Use the same width. Don't exceed the width covered by the leaf. Okay, usually we stitch to about half or 1/3 of the leaf's length. That should do it. Alright, now we can make another knot for it. From the base of the thread, just find any loop. After passing it through, wrap the thread around the needle one more time. 2 times. Then tighten it by hand. Press down at the base. Don't let it come loose. Pull the needle forward and out. Good. Pull. This way, the knot is tied. Then we'll run the needle sideways through the entire leaf, coming out from the underside through its interior. Then simply trim off the remaining thread at the base. And that's it. Our leaf is now sewn. If we want to add another leaf, just follow the same step, using the same, and sew it directly on top. Next, the leaf of this little mandarin orange. Its stitching principle is actually the same. Similarly, the hidden thread end on its back. Cut it directly at the base. Then the remaining longest thread end. Similarly, thread it onto the blunt needle. Leave about 5 to 10 centimeters of thread and hold it tight. Next, let's find the right spot for this leaf. Usually just under the string, directly aligned with the very center of the mandarin orange. Don't place it too low or too high. Make sure it's centered with the front of the leaf facing up. Ensure a clear front. Place it with the front side facing down. Make sure not to revert. Then we can proceed to stitch it together. You can use your thumb to press the string in place. Then flip the leaf over. This makes it easier for us to observe. First, locate the innermost ring of this citrus fruit. Then any coil slightly to the right of it. Thread through. Pull tight. Next, find the one slightly to the left. The very next coil adjacent to it. And secure it to the center position first. Then we place this leaf facing upwards. Find the next row of the leaf. Pass through the horizontal loop slightly to the right and pull tight. Then find it again. Go a bit further left to the next loop and pass through. Pull tight. Then turn it over and find this again. The mandarin corresponds to a loop in the next row below. Then find the next loop to its left. Next, flip the leaf upward again. Then go to the next row above the leaf. Slightly to the right of the loop. When threading through the loops above the leaf, don't thread it too loosely, okay? If it's too wide, the stitching will look stiff. Then look for a horizontal loop slightly to the left. Next, flip the leaf over. Then locate the corresponding loop on the orange, the one on the right side of the next row. Just like that, stitch 2 on the orange. Just sew 2 on top. Okay, like this, we can check the sewing distance. If you want it to fit more simply, we sew it longer. If you want it to curl up like this, we sew it shorter. Generally, sew at the halfway point of the leaf. That should do it. Let's stitch a bit more. Alright, this is already good. Next, we can tie a knot with this thread. Then go and the corresponding loop on the citrus below. Pass through. Then wrap the thread around the needle. One loop wraps around its base. After 2 loops, press it tightly with your hand. Don't let it loosen. Then pull the thread upward with the crochet hook. Pull it out and tighten. This way the knot is secured. Then we'll pierce across the entire citrus. You can come out from either side. Then give it a slight tug. For the remaining thread end, simply snip it off at the base. Any exposed part, we'll gently poke them in with a needle. And our little leaf is all sewn up. That wraps up this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful, feel free to hit that like button and your support gives me a huge boost of motivation. Looking forward to seeing your work. See you in the next video. Bye.